All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, giving all praises, giving all honor, giving all glory unto Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakha Kodash. Double honors to the apostles that rule well at Great Millstone. Peace, blessing, salutation to the brothers, to the brethren that do believe in Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. All right, shalom to the very few Akwath that do believe as well. And all right, peace and blessings to the elect of the nation of Israel. All right, and in this lesson, I just want to go through some of Yahawashi's miracles. Okay, Yahawashi performed miracles when he was on the scene, and it's recorded in the Bible. It's in the scriptures. And when we read these different stories and we see the miracles Yahawashi performed, it boosts our faith. Okay? A lot of people that's of the circumcision, they don't believe in Yahawashi. They don't believe that he even performed miracles, which makes them what? Anti-Mashiach. They're against the anointed. They're against Yahawashi. Okay, but we, the true believers, the true worshipers of Yahawashi Miracles, well, guess what? We believe. Okay? And we believe in the miracles. We believe in the miracles that Yahawashi performed. Okay? So the first scripture I do want to get is let's start off with John chapter 4. This is John chapter 4. Verse 46. So Yahawashi came again into Cana of Galilee, where he made the water wine, and there was a certain nobleman whose son was sick at Capernaum. When he had heard that Yahawashi was come out of Judea into Galilee, he went unto him and besought him that he would come down and heal his son, for he was at the point of death. Wow, see that? At the point of death. It's at the point of death, man. Let's keep on reading. Verse 48. Then said Yahawashi to him, except ye see signs and wonders, ye will not believe. The nobleman said unto him, Sir, come down, my child die. Yahawashi said unto him, Go thy way, thy son liveth. And the man believed the word that Yahawashi had spoken unto him, and he went his way. So the man did believe. The man believed the word that Yahawashi said. Yahawashi spoke it and he believed. Right? Verse 51. And as he was now going down, his servants met him and told him, saying, Thy son liveth. Then inquired he of them the hour when he began to amend. And they said unto him, Yesterday at the 7th hour, the fever left him. So the father knew that it was the same hour in the which Yahawashi I don't know if those are fireworks or whatever, gunshots, I don't know, but it's a bunch of noise outside. Anyways, let's keep reading. Verse 53. So the father knew that it was at the same hour in the which Yahawashi said unto him, Thy son liveth, and himself believed, and his whole house. This again, the second miracle that Yahawashi did when he was come out of Judea into Galilee. The whole house believed, including the man. Right? Let's get the next miracle that Yahawashi performed. Right? um so that was John chapter 4. Right? So we're gonna get Mark 7. Mark 7. And we can start at verse 31. This is Mark chapter 7, verse 31. And again, departing from the coast of Tyre and Sidon, he came unto the Sea of Galilee through the midst of the coast of Decapolis, and they bring unto him one that was deaf and had an impediment in his speech. And they beseech him to put his hand upon him. And he took him aside from the multitude and put his fingers into his ears. And he spit and touched his tongue. And looking up to heaven, he sighed and said unto him, Ephphatha, that is, be open. And straightway his ears were open, and the string of his tongue was loose, and he spake plain. So this man with the speech impediment, can't really talk like that. He got cured by Yahawashi. His tongue was loose, and he spake plain, verse 36. And keep in mind, he was deaf. He was also deaf too. Man. Verse 36. And he charged them that they should tell no man, but the more he charged them, so much the more a great deal they published it. And were beyond measure astonished, saying, He hath done all things well. He maketh both the deaf to hear and the dumb to speak. All right, let's get the next miracle. Okay, this lesson is going into bringing out different miracles that Yahawashi performed. That's all. Okay, and Lord willing, this lesson is edifying, straight to the point. Let's get Mark 10, verse 46. This is Mark chapter 10, verse 46. And they came to Jericho, and as he went out of Jericho with his disciples and a great number of people, blind Bartimaeus, the son of Timaeus, sat by the highway side begging. And when he heard that it was Yahawashi of Nazareth, he began to cry out and say, Yahawashi, thou son of David, have mercy on me. Keep in mind, he's blind. Okay, begging. Blind, begging. He heard that Yahawashi is walking by. He needs mercy. Blind Bartimaeus he's crying out for mercy. Let's keep reading, man. Verse 48. And many charged him that he should hold his peace, but he cried out the more a great deal. He cried out the more. They tried to hold him back. They tried to tell him, keep your peace, keep your peace. He begging, Yahawashi, have mercy on me, son of David. Have mercy on me. Right? Let's keep reading. Verse 49, Yahawashi stood still and commanded him to be called. And they called the blind man, saying unto him, Be of good comfort, rise. He calleth thee. And he, casting away his garment, rose and came to Yahawashi. And Yahawashi answered and said unto him, what wilt thou that I should do unto thee? The blind man said unto him, Lord, that I might receive my sight. And Yahawashi said unto him, go thy way. Thy faith hath made thee whole. And immediately he received his sight and followed Yahawashi in the way. All right. Immediately he received his sight. Okay. Just know the Lord Yahawashi is very merciful, man. Okay. Very merciful. Let's get the next scripture. And that's going to be Luke 7. The book of Luke chapter 7 and verse 21. And in that same hour he cured many of their infirmities and plagues and of evil spirits, and unto many that were blind he gave sight. That's right. He cured many of their infirmities. There's infirmities that brothers have, that sisters have in these last days. Well, guess what? Yahawashi is going to heal you. Yahawashi is going to heal thee. Yahawashi is going to make thee whole. We just got to believe, trust the process, and have faith. You know, eventually we're going to all get new bodies, the children of Israel. Eventually, no more pain, no more death. All right. But yeah, those of evil spirits he cured, those with infirmities and plagues, he cured. Who? Yahawashi. Let's get the next scripture. That's going to be John chapter 5, man. This is John chapter 5. John chapter 5. Salaki, give me 1 second. This is John 5, verse 1. And it says, after this, there was a feast of the Jews, and Yahawashi went up to Jerusalem. Now there is at Jerusalem by the sheep market a pool, which is called in the Hebrew tongue Bethesda, having 5 porches. In these lay a great multitude of impotent folk, of blind, halt, withered, waiting for the moving of the water. For an angel went down at a certain season into the pool and troubled the water. Whosoever then first, after the troubling of the water, stepped in, was made whole of whatsoever disease he had. And a certain man was there which had an infirmity 38 years. 38 years. Wow. When Yahawashi saw him lie and knew that he had been now a long time in that case, he said unto him, wilt thou be made whole? The impotent man answered him, Sir, I have no man when the water is troubled to put me into the pool. But while I am coming, another steppeth down before me. So just imagine that, 38 years. You seeing the water, the pool being troubled. You're trying to go into the pool so you can be cured. No man is trying to help that person to so that he can be cured. While he's going, another person step in front of him. You see, man. What did Yahawashi say? Verse 8, Yahawashi said unto him, Rise, take up thy bed and walk. And immediately the man was made whole and took up his bed and walked. And on the same day was the Sabbath. Right. So I'm not going to read further, but there you go. This man was in that condition for 38 years. Yahawashi met him, talked to him, and healed him. Right. Let's get the next scripture. There's many accounts where Yahawashi healed the blind. We're going to go in Matthew chapter 20, Matthew 20, verse 29. Matthew 20, verse 29. And as they departed from Jericho, a great multitude followed him. And behold, two blind men sitting by the wayside, when they heard that Yahawashi passed by, cried out, saying, Have mercy on us, O Lord, thou son of David. See that? They said, Have mercy upon us again. All right? Blind Bartimaeus said, Have mercy upon me, son of David. These two men crying out, saying, Have mercy on us, O Lord, thou son of David. Verse 31, and the multitude rebuked them because they should hold their peace. But they cried the more, saying, Have mercy on us, O Lord, thou son of David. Yahawashi stood still and called them and said, What will ye that I shall do unto you? They said unto him, Lord, that our eyes may be open. So Yahawashi had compassion on them and touched their eyes. And immediately their eyes received sight, and they followed him. So Yahawashi had compassion. Yahawashi had compassion on people. And that's an attribute that we must have too, is compassion, man. Compassionate, empathize with an individual. Show sympathy. The Lord could have had you not walk for 38 years. You know that, right? The Lord could have had you to be blind. That's why we have to be grateful and thankful. Be grateful and thankful. Be grateful and thankful. Hey, babe, I'm doing a lesson. But yeah, speaking on compassion, let's bring out what's that? Psalms 103, verse 8. The Lord is merciful and gracious, slow to anger and plenteous in mercy. He will not always chide, neither will he keep his anger forever. Mm-hmm. Right. He's merciful. He's a merciful power, man. Okay. He delights in mercy. May Yahawashi Miracles show us mercy, right? Let's get the next the next miracle. And that's going to be in the book of Mark chapter 5. Mark chapter 5 is heavy, right? Mark chapter 5. And when you read the whole chapter of Mark chapter 5, from verse 1 through 43, is about, I think, 3 miracles is being performed in this chapter. Yeah. This is Mark chapter 5, verse 1. And they came over unto the other side of the sea into the country of the Gadarenes. And when he was come out of the ship, immediately there met him out of the tombs a man with an unclean spirit, who had his dwelling among the tombs, and no man could bind him, no, not with chains, because that he had been often bound with fetters and chains, and the chains had been plucked asunder by him, and the fetters broken in pieces. Neither could any man tame him. And always night and day he was in the mountains and in the tombs, crying, cutting himself with stones. Be grateful, be thankful we're not in this position. Cutting yourself, bugged out. We have to really be thankful and grateful, man, for this truth. Be thankful that you're an Israelite. The Lord created you to be an Israelite and not a heathen. Be grateful that you got your eyes, your limbs, your tongue, your mind. Because some people don't got their mind. Some people are bugged out. Right? Let's keep reading. Verse 5, and always night and day he was in the mountains and in the tombs, crying and cutting himself with stones. But when he saw Yahawashi far off, he ran and worshipped him and cried with a loud voice and said, what have I to do with thee, Yahawashi, thou son of the Most High God? I adjure thee by God that thou torment me not. For he said unto him, come out of the man, thou unclean spirit. And he asked him, what is thy name? And he answered, saying, my name is Legion, for we are many. And he besought him much that he would not send them away out of the country. Now there was there nigh unto the mountains a great herd of swine feeding, and all the devils besought him, saying, send us into the swine, that we may enter into them. And forthwith Yahawashi gave them leave, and the unclean spirits went out and entered into the swine, and the herd ran violently down the steep place into the sea. They were about 2,000 and were choked in the sea. All right, so that unclean spirit left that man and entered into swine. You know, you got somebody playing music out loud outside, so it's a locket for the noise. You know, when you try to do a video, that's when Satan try to come at you, you know. But it's called Tawab, it's all good. Let's keep reading. And they that fed the swine fled and told it in the city and in the country, and they went out to see what it was that was done. And they come to Yahawashi and see him that was possessed with the devil, and had the legion sitting and cloth and clothed and his right mind in his right mind, and they were afraid. So this man was in his right mind now because Yahawashi healed him. Before his mind wasn't right. Verse 16, and they that saw it told them how it befell to him that was possessed with the devil, and also concerning the swine. And they began to pray him to depart out of their coasts. And when he was come into the ship, he that had been possessed with the devil prayed him that he might be with him. Howbeit Yahweh suffer him not, but said unto him, Go home to thy friends and tell them how great things the Lord hath done for thee, and have had compassion on thee. See, compassion. That's an attribute that a lot of Israelites don't have. You know, a lot of Israelites don't have the spirit of compassion. A lot of you Israelites, man, you're so focused on yourself. You want the Lord to show you mercy, but you don't show your brother mercy. Let's keep on reading. Verse 20, and he departed and began to publish in Decapolis how great things Yahushua had done for him, and all men did marvel. And when Yahushua was passed over again by ship unto the other side, much people gathered unto him. He was nigh to the sea. And behold, there cometh one of the rulers of the synagogue, Jairus by name. And when he saw him, he fell at his feet and besought him greatly, saying, My little daughter lieth at the point of death. I pray thee, come and lay thy hands on her, that she may be healed, and she shall live. And Yahushua went with him, and much people followed him and thronged him. And a certain woman which had an issue of blood 12 years, and had suffered many things of many physicians, and had spent all that she had, and was nothing better, but rather grew worse. Wow. You see, it may come a time where you're going through a lot of stuff, a lot of bodily ailments, and you may visit the doctor and whatever, which when you go into the word doctor, it means to falsify. But you may go to the doctor and they still can't cure you. Nope. Mm-mm. But I know who can, and that's Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai. You may take the doctor's medicines, and it may help you out for that very hour, but for the long run, you still may not be fully cured. You still may not be fully healed. Okay, to be fully healed, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai has to heal you ultimately. Okay, because you could take these different medicines and whatnot, over the counter pills, which is all pretty much bullshit. It's best to take the herbs the natural way. Okay, but at the end of the day, healing cometh from Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahushua ultimately. Let's keep on reading. Verse 27, when she had heard of Yahushua, came in the press behind and touched his garment. For she said, If I may touch but his clothes, I shall be whole. So she had faith, right? And straightway the fountain of her blood was dried up, and she felt in her body that she was healed of that plague. And Yahushua, immediately knowing in himself that virtue had gone out of him, turned him about in the press and said, Who touched my clothes? And his disciples said unto him, Thou seest the multitude thronging thee, and sayest thou, Who touched me? And he looked round about to see her that had done this thing. But the woman, fearing and trembling, knowing what was done in her, came and fell down before him and told him all the truth. And he said unto her, Daughter, thy faith have made thee whole. Go in peace, and be whole of thy plague. While he yet spake, there came from the ruler of the synagogue's house certain which said, Thy daughter is dead. Why troublest thou the master any further? As soon as Yahawashi heard the word that was spoken, he said unto the ruler of the synagogue, Be not afraid, only believe. And he suffered no man to follow him save Peter and James and John, the brother of James. And he cometh to the house of the ruler of the synagogue, and seeth the tumult, and them that wept and wailed greatly. And when he was come in, he said unto them, Why make ye this ado, and weep? The damsel is not dead, but sleepeth. And they laugh him to scorn. But when he had put them all out, he taketh the father and the mother of the damsel and them that were with him, and entereth in where the damsel was lying. And he took the damsel by the hand and said unto her, Talitha kumai, which is being interpreted, damsel, I say unto thee, arise. And straightway the damsel arose and walked, for she was of the age of 12 years, and they were astonished with the great astonishment. And he charged them straitly that no man should know it, and commanded that something should be given her to eat. Yep, it's a beautiful story. It's the book of Mark, chapter 4, verse 35. And the same day, when the even was come, he said unto them, Let us pass over unto the other side. And when they had sent away the multitude, they took him even as he was in the ship. And there were also with him other little ships. And there arose a great storm of wind, and the waves beat into the ship, so that it was now full. And he was in the hinder part of the ship, asleep on a pillow. And they awaked him and said to him, Master, carest thou not that we perish? And he arose and rebuked the wind and said unto the sea, Peace, be still. And the wind ceased, and there was a great calm. And he said unto them, Why are ye so fearful? How is it that ye have no faith? And they feared exceedingly and said one to another, What manner of man is this that even the wind and the sea obey him? So the Lord is requiring us to show faith and have faith in these last days, man. Faith without works is dead. All right, let's get the next one. John 11, John chapter 11, verse 37. And some of them said, Could not this man which opened the eyes of the blind have caused that even this man should not have died? Yahawashi therefore again groaning in himself, coming to the grave. It was a cave, and a stone lay upon it. Yahawashi said, Take ye away the stone. Martha, the sister of him that was dead, said unto him, Lord, by this time he stinketh, for he hath been dead 4 days. Okay, they wasn't operating in faith. You know, they ain't really have faith like that. Um, verse 40, Yahawashi said unto her, Said I not unto thee that if thou wouldest believe, thou shouldest see the glory of God? Wow. You see, we have to believe and have faith. Verse 41. Then they took away the stone from the place where the dead was laid. And Yahawashi lifted up his eyes and said, Father, I thank thee that thou hast heard me. And I knew that thou hearest me always. But because of the people which stand by, I said it, that they may believe that thou hast sent me. And when he thus had spoken, he cried with a loud voice, Lazarus, come forth. And he that was dead came forth, bound hand, foot, with grave clothes, and his face was bound about with a napkin. Yahushua said unto them, loose him and let him go. The man was dead for 4 days. Lazarus, come forth. Dead man that was once dead walking out the tomb, man. That's powerful. That's amazing. Right? Let's get Matthew 11 verse 5. Matthew 11 verse 5. This is Matthew 11 verse 5, and it reads, matter of fact, nah, it's going to be, yeah, Matthew 11 verse 5. Verse 4, Yahushua answered and said unto them, go and shew John again those things which ye do hear and see. The blind receive their sight, and the lame walk, the lepers are cleansed, and the deaf hear. The dead are raised up, and the poor have the gospel preached to them. That's the point right there. The blind receive their sight, and the lame walk. The lepers are cleansed, and the deaf hear. The dead are raised up. That was Matthew 11, verse 5. All right. And that's it for this lesson. This is part 1 of Yahawashi's Miracles, man. So Lord willing, I come back with the part 2. So with that, all praises to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahawashi, Bahashem Rakakodash. Shalom.